I really hope you guys can hear the dog barking. Dog probably just want to go like, make it shut up. Shut up. Alright, let's try this out, see if it works. If not, I'm sorry. Hey guys, what's up? It's Mayra here, and it has been a very long time since I created a video. That's only because I can't create videos most of the time. There's a lot of non-privacy in my home, and so unfortunately when I try to make them shut up, they don't shut up, or they just don't respect, which is something that I really hate. Today it is a Wattpad book review, and it is called The Runner. So let's let's go. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so this book I actually have it on my books to read for the month, and obviously what I'm doing is I'll tell you guys one particular Wattpad book that I'll be reading, and then I'll review it personally, or review it by itself, just because there's usually so much that I want to say, and I feel like Wattpad books deserve a personal review instead of actual published books, which I say that a lot. I finished reading this last night, and I really enjoyed it. It's called The Runner, and it is by Wattpad username at So1TGOES, and it won the 2015 Watty Awards, which is really cool. It deserves the award, really. Here is the cover, if you guys can't tell. That's that, but yeah. She actually goes by obviously, her real name is Katie Baker. So The Runner is actually a trilogy, I think. She is currently in the process of writing book number 3. But for now she only has 2, and then I would say a prequel to it, and it's called The Burn, and basically on that book she has like mini short little stories, or we get to know chapters of other characters other than Kay, Will, and etc. So the synopsis of the book. So what it is we are in the future. It is a utopian world. We are 209 years specifically, 209 years into the future, and basically the government or the monarchy, whatever, it just died. I don't know exactly how to put it that in my words, just because I don't want to go into further, or I don't want to read the whole synopsis because it's a long one. But just the world just kind of fell apart. The human race kind of just decreased. Decreases less, increases more. Yes, it decreased. And in their world, basically what happened is it kind of made them into certain groups. There's 2 specific groups, but I like to say 3. There's the intacts who live almost like upper class people, and fragments who are the homeless. It's like the homeless. It's a lot less than the lower class, but it is falling apart. So there's the intacts and the fragments, but then I also like to say the royalty, which is people that live in royalty, obviously, and they don't live with struggles. There is one particular young woman named Kay Knight, and she is considered the runner. So the runner is the person who basically goes out and about and steals, fights, I guess, and does anything she can to protect those that live in the fragment world. She's a rebel. She's a rebel in by herself. She's a rebel herself, and she protects those in the fragment world. And as you know, in the story, she meets a young gentleman by the name of Will, and he wants her to be a part of a rebellion to get rid of the separation between intacts and fragments. And that's kind of the concept of the story. I loved it. I honestly had different expectations from the story as in the beginning, just because there's one point where she's expected to do something, and it's like, again, I don't want to say much at the moment, but she's expected to do something, and for me it was just because I kind of read just because I kind of read the selection a couple weeks ago, and my mindset was always like, oh, the selection, like it's such a romantic chick lit book, and this one is not necessarily like that. There is romance involved, but there's a lot more to it than just the romantic world. So I'll just go further into depth on that, but let me just give you a little other side notes. This book contains 46 chapters. It is completed actually, so that's what I'm happy about, is that she was able to complete the story. She goes in and updates the story every once in a while, but it is completed. Why is it not working? Why aren't you working? It has 1 million reads or 1 million views. And she provides pictures on each chapter, which I love when authors do that. And I like how it's more vague. It doesn't represent each character. It represents the momentum of the chapter of this, or represents the momentum of the scene that the chapter you're reading. So it's kind of cool. I really like when authors do that. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so it has 49 images, and it doesn't really say here on the tags, but I feel like it's a new adult book. If you guys don't already know, new adult is basically a genre between young adult and adult. New adult is basically the age range from 18-19 to about 24. And I like the stories. I believe it's a trilogy. She has the Wastelanders here, which is part 2 of The Runner, and then she has another one called The Rain, so it's book 3. It looks like it's a trilogy, so it's kind of cool. So I told you guys the synopsis, gave you guys kind of a brief description of the book. My review on it, I give it a definite 5 stars out of 5, just because it's well written. It's literally I feel like there's no mistakes in the story. Then again, I'm not an editor, but I feel like there's no need to edit anything. She is wonderful at writing the story. It describes everything like it should be. You feel the emotions that the characters feel. And then one of the things that I really was intrigued even more was the fact that there's possibly, I had to move for a second because I did not know if I was recording or not. I'm not quite sure where it's set at. Obviously, you know, we have like she has the names of the cities. I forgot the name of the city and I finished it last night. But she doesn't really have like a specifics as to what was the country before, what was the city before. And another part of me being not confused, but just kind of like, what is it? Where do they come from? It's the way that they speak. They kind of speak very formal, but it's still English, obviously, but it's not broken English. And they use like almost like slang from the European countries, specifically England, obviously, or in that form of country. And it's just, I don't know, like it kind of breaks my brain because I'm like, where is this set? And I even went to see where she's from, just to see, because sometimes a lot of authors who are from certain country use obviously their lingo and stuff, and when I searched it up, I may have to look it up again, but when I searched it up, like it didn't say anything like where she's from. Oh, she's from Canada! That may be why they talk like that. But no, okay, they talk a little bit different. I don't know, it just felt like it was a mix of both English and American English. So that's one of the things that I really, really enjoy. Look at that, there's a play bus. Anyways, okay, so one of the things that it contains in this book, it is quite gruesome towards the end. Fantastic. Obviously, okay, there we go. So the book is a mix of almost everything. Obviously romance, action, thriller. There's apart from that, other things that I feel like there's need to be said, obviously, like I always say in books. It is quite gruesome towards the end of the book. It depends on how well you have envision things. For me, it's quite easy. When I read something, I picture it very well, and so there's moments towards the end of the book where there's experiences happening with characters, and for me it was painful to kind of like experience the momentum of the characters, and it freaked me out at one point. But again, it all depends on how you take in the words and when you're reading them. So it's quite gruesome in my part, for me anyways, but overall it's a really great thriller, I guess you can say. There's I don't even know if there's a lot of swear words. There's maybe like, I'm not even kidding, like maybe less than 5 or less than that throughout the whole book. So there's no need for worry about that. There is no sexual content in this book. Obviously, well, I mean, they go through the moment, but you don't necessarily get to read them having sex. So it's just, you know, oh, like this and that. Yay! There's that's all. So really there's not a lot of like, you know, explicit things. If you're the kind of readers who kind of don't do those kind of things, I feel like it's probably to the extent that you'll read 2 books. So definitely read it. Alright guys, so I'm done with the certain part of the reviews. I'm done with the description. I gave it a 5 already. There's a lot that I want to compliment the author by, and I hope she's watching this because you are amazing at writing. Because if you were to read my book, well, don't read it. Obviously there's a lot of editing that needs to be done on my book anyways, but on hers, you did amazing. Like, it's well written. There's words that you use that are not big words, you know, like in some books where you're reading like a big word and you're just like, what the hell did I just say? Like, what does it even mean? But it goes well with the sentence. No, you worked well with the wordings. You used them properly, which is the same sentence that I said before. Overall it is magnificent, and thank you for that. And you deserve more reads, and I feel like this book should be published, and maybe it is, and I just have not taken a look into furthermore on your profile, which I should. Thanks, Kate Baker. Alright guys, from here on out I will talk about the book. I will talk about all the spoilers that happened. So I'm gonna go over what? If you don't want me to spoil the book for you, then stop right here. Click the link below in the description and go read it because it is worth the read. But if you do want to continue, if you've read it already, let me know vague words on the comment. What was your favorite part of this book? Comment below what books I should be reading on Wattpad. I like whatever books that you recommend. Thank you guys so much for watching this part of the video. Go read it and then come back and do a little book talk with me after this. So thanks guys, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Bye! Alright, so if you guys are still part of this video because you guys want to read, or well, you guys want to talk with me about the story. First things first, I love everything about it. Of course, at one point when Will takes the first leap and kisses Kay, I'm just like, okay, that was kind of sudden. But at the same time, you kind of forget that they've been working for months and months for the rebellion, that you're just like, oh, obviously they've worked close and this and that, blah, blah. And I don't know, I just love the romantic antics between each other. Like, it kind of is adorable, but then at the same time, it's just like, they're subtle about it. I don't know, I just love it. I love it. I had to just speak out about that because I'm just jealous of Kay. I'm gonna have to say goodbye because I cannot film with all the noise happening. Thanks guys, I'm sorry. And I really hope that next time I can film a video without any distractions. Bye. It's like all my videos that I do reviews on, they're ruined by their distractions, battery dying, or a freaking dog barking. Oh, and my phone ringing.